Next item, please.
Item 6C, adopt resolution joining other Bay Area cities in raising awareness and sparking action and conversations to stop hate and to build inclusion by declaring November 17th through 23rd, 2019 as United Against Hate Week.
City Manager.
Sure. Javon Grogan, City Manager. I'll do a quick, brief introduction of this, and then I'd like to turn it over to the mayor, who I know has been working with other cities on this. And so what we're here to talk about, and the requested action, is that the City Council adopt a resolution joining other Bay Area cities in raising awareness and sparking action and conversations to stop hate and to build inclusion by declaring November 17th through the 23rd United Against Hate Week. And so the really quick presentation, a quick background, a little talk about raising awareness and building inclusion, what United Against Hate Week is, and open for any questions. And so United Against Hate Week really started in 2017, and it started right here in the Bay Area, started by cities mainly in the East Bay that really wanted to respond to a sharp rise in hate in all its various forms, really not one political party against another, or not one version of hate, just in general, sort of wanted to step forward. And even though it was led by a number of cities, it was really a grassroots thing that started organically in many communities once they found out about what United Against Hate was. What United Against Hate was, and so it's kind of that thing that how can you be against hate? You know, how can you say no to being against hate? And it really empowers residents to take actions and really just have conversations about the various forms of hate that are present in today's society. And so take action against growing intolerance, reject negative messages, stop hate and implicit bias, and really work together as a community to restore respect, embrace diversity as a strength. And I sort of pause there because every time I drive or walk down our downtown, just the collection of diversity, people walking on the street, the various residents, I think we just sort of intrinsically do that here, and build inclusion and an equitable community. And so the slide that's up there really shows a number of cities all across, actually all of California, and even other parts of the country are really engaged. But there's a specific focus in the Bay Area. And over the last 2 years, you had a number, over 17 cities in the East Bay participating, and not very many cities on the peninsula. And so there was a dedicated outreach to get various communities on the peninsula involved in the campaign against hate, and there was meetings at the City Managers Association. There was meeting at the Mayor's Council as well. And so these are sort of, I'll hold these up. This is sort of the general one. Bay Area stands united against hate. And then every city, should they choose, could have a dedicated poster developed. And so should the council adopt this, we are ready to have these printed and passed out free of charge to members in the community for them to display. And part of the campaign is very passive. It's saying, you know what, I stand against hate in all its very forms. Others is active, where you get involved with your community and you just have conversations really to build community and increase dialogue. And I know that there are a number of efforts going around various cities in the county, and that's why the resolution is before you tonight. Here for any questions, and I'll toss it to Mayor Medina.
No, I thank you, and I have to give credit to our city manager, who was instrumental in bringing some of this forward to the North County mayors. So it was brought up there. It was brought up at the Council of Cities dinner for the San Mateo County. It was brought up at the Board of Supervisors this morning for them to pass a resolution. It also started where the city of Millbrae, city of Burlingame, and the city of San Bruno kind of got together and say, let's reach out to the rest of the communities in the county. As we know, it's more on the East Bay, but it was important to bring it here. I know they've had speakers at the San Mateo Union High School District, and all the principals are there. I've spoken to the Cappuccino principal, Jesse, who was bringing stuff to the leadership class there. So again, when I brought it up before, and the reason for a resolution, because I think it's more symbolic than just a proclamation that I sign. I think it's critical that it's a united unified effort. And like the city manager said, I don't think many of us can differ in this community that we need to be tolerant and we need to embrace diversity. And I think back to when Michael Salazar and I attended St. Bruno's when they had a candlelight vigil. And that's what also stemmed it a little bit too, was just that folks wanted to feel that they could do something somehow to bring attention to it. And it's a week near our Thanksgiving, and so that's why it's before you this evening. And so if there's any questions or comments. Irene.
Thank you.
And then Laura.
I appreciate both of you bringing this forward. I think it's a wonderful idea. Is there a way we can put the poster, if we pass this resolution, put this poster prominently on our homepage, our website? Okay, and then just because we have a week dedicated to it doesn't mean if we put posters up that the posters have to come down. We can remind ourselves all the time that this is who we should be. Thank you.
I was just going to ask the mayor, are there any other plans to reach out with this message and ensuring that it gets out to the community? I think the webpage is a great idea, but what are some other things that
As I was reminded today, like when we thought about printing these, it's if the resolution wasn't adopted by the council, then we shouldn't. But I have reached out to, like I said, the high school principal, and they have been reached out to, Burlingame and Millbrae. But if the council is in support of this, then we will be doing a couple things. First is ordering signs and distributing those, and also building the start of it. It's only been around for a couple years, so it's building the start in this county, which again, like the Board of Supervisors just passed this morning, so I need to circle back around on what their thoughts are too. I'm assuming it was passed. I wasn't there. Marty.
So as long, including the elementary schools and the private schools in our community, I think that would be great, that we made sure we had enough. Maybe not for every single kid, or maybe for every single kid. I mean, well, that's a good, go ahead, Laura.
I was just going to say, you can send electronic copies to schools.
Yes.
And they can generate their own. They do also electronic email with notifications to parents and stuff like that. So
Excellent.
I guess I would like to see, these are some great ideas, but really, if you need help in that, I'm willing to help out, but really a good sort of plan should this get passed tonight.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
Project Pride probably could look at a couple of events, maybe an event or two about how we could help spread the message, and so it's not just a flyer, that it's something else.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you to everybody. Like the city man.
Oh,
I'm
just
sorry, Michael.
one comment. I happened
Please.
to look at the website, and I noticed that Mills High School has an event planned for the 18th. So be great to support their event, and since it's kind of late for us to do our own.
We were invited, but it needed to come to council first.
Okay, good.
We have been invited.
There's a whole, I'm sorry, through the chair, there is a social media plan behind it, and the United Against Hate Week organization supports organizations to help with social media posts, and they have suggested posts and things like that. So there's actually an infrastructure behind this, so we're not creating whole cloth.
No, there's the lady that made a presentation for the North County. That's what they do when they have the whole system, and that's where the signs are. They did them for us just to have something to show this evening as well. Okay. Any action by council?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Councilmember Davis.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Councilmember Salazar.
Aye.
Vice Mayor O'Connell.
Aye.
Mayor Medina.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.